You already know, behind the scenes, we got a special guest in the building. Let them know who you be.
Hey.
Chef Rivoli here. Episode 28. You know what it is. Let's get into this. JMACK Experience Podcast. All right, we back, and we got an exclusive episode today. We're back on the JMACK Experience Podcast, episode 28. Let them know who you be, man.
My name is Chef David Rivoli. I'm currently in downtown Providence, but I'm originally from Miami, Florida.
That's awesome. It's an honor to be in your presence.
Thank you.
You have done some really good things. And I'm excited for this interview, honestly, man. I want to give you a round of applause for making your way. And thank you so much for coming out on the JMACK Experience Podcast. How you feeling, man? How's everything going with you?
Feeling good at the moment. Actually, this past March has been a struggle for everyone in my industry. Not just like my job, but also everyone. Like hours being cut, slow services, restaurants being closed down. Luckily, some have opened up, but you know, my industry has been hit the hardest, but it's actually been picking up since April has been.
Oh, so you're back. You're back. You know, summertime's around, so we're probably going to have a lot of events going on.
Yeah, well, we got spring coming.
Well, spring. Let me not fast forward.
Yeah, I mean, like the flowers are still coming on the trees.
Yeah.
Like we got leaves, flowers, we got the animals coming back, but definitely summer is going to be hella busy.
Well,
summer is always busy.
This week has been beautiful, not for nothing. I feel like the winter was not going away for a while, to be honest, no? Like, didn't you feel like the winter wasn't going anywhere?
I don't really feel cold. Like, I'm just like hypothermic like that. I don't feel hot. This is like a problem I have with my body.
Right,
I don't feel hot or cold in any situation. Only time when I'm sleeping is when I feel it. But literally, it'll be hot as hell. I will not sweat or not feel hot. It'll be cold as hell. Like, I'll just feel good. I won't feel like freezing temperature wise.
Gotcha.
Once I see cherry blossoms, I'll be like, you know what, springtime. We don't got cherry blossoms in
Once
South
the flowers
Florida.
start blooming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you have no flowers over there is what you're saying?
No, we don't have cherry blossoms.
Oh, cherry blossoms. Gotcha.
Because we just have like palm trees. We got palm trees, normal kind of like. I'm not really a flora expert, but really just
Yeah.
You know, Miami, it's just the palm trees all you care about.
Got you.
You're not just in New England in general. You guys got so much more flora.
Oh, yeah, we do. We definitely do. So let's get into this intro real quick, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to the JMACK Experience Podcast. This show is for motivational purposes only. However, we will not be politically correct, but our goal is to inspire those who listen and watch the show. Thanks for tuning in. Please be sure to follow us at the JMACK Experience Podcast and email us if you would like to be a guest on our platform at the JMACK Experience Podcast at gmail.com. Peace.
Once again, man, it's an honor to have you on my show and in my presence. Thank you for coming through. And you on time. Everybody that's on time, we always shout them out because, you know, a lot of people, especially with someone like of your nature and is doing the things you've been doing, I feel like they just work around their schedule. You know what I mean? Which not everybody, but like some people do. You know what I mean? Now, what have you been up to lately? Like, what's going on? Actually, let's start from the very beginning. What was it like for you growing up?
So growing up, I've kind of been all over. So long story short, like even though I was like I was all in South Florida, I kind of like moved house to house. So I've been in a house for like 4 years, and another one 3 years. So I don't really have a house to grow up in, but I kind of been everywhere. But But growing up, it was like say middle class in life. You know, I lived good. I had a good life. Actually, Mom, Dad, if you're watching this, I made that promise to you. If you ever hear me say that I didn't have a good life, you give me permission to smack me across the face.
Give you that pow pow?
Yeah, I don't know. Because like, you know, I'm like half like Dominican stuff or that in general. Like people get like the chancla. My mom, she the front hand, the back hand.
Oh, damn, she wasn't playing. Also, your nationality once again, you're Dominican and
Sicilian.
Wow, that's crazy.
My last name is Rivoli, so yeah, it's the whole Sicilian side. But yeah, my parents worked hard. I lived a good life, had good education. But
now you say South Florida. Where exactly in Florida was that?
More like Coral Gables. So originally,
Coral Gables.
You know what's funny? I was actually born in Boca Raton.
Okay.
I spent majority of my life in Broward County, so I lived in Sunrise, Pembroke Pines.
Oh, so that's where Kodak Black is from.
Really?
Broward County. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I believe so.
Shout out to you guys there. But then I spent like the other half of my life in Miami. Went to school.
Nice.
Like college before like the pandemic hit.
So before you get to all that, like who inspired you? I'm assuming that your parents, somebody in your house was cooking, right? So was it your mom, your dad? Who was it that got you into the whole culinary thing early on?
Honestly, I think it's a good story. I would say that my parents, honestly, I was a big food, like even like 6, 5, I think we're all foodies when we're little babies. My dad even told me like one time I was eating like lobster tails and shrimp and stuff.
At a very young age.
Yeah, I don't even remember that. To be
Wow.
honest with you. But then, really, besides eating a lot of food and obviously, looking a little like pudgy at the time.
There's the Spanish in you.
When I really got the inspiration from watching. My dad took me to the premiere of Ratatouille in 2007.
Gotcha.
And I'm probably like, that's what I want to do.
That's what you want to do. Wow.
So originally, my parents taught me to cook, and then I started taking like those like when you have like a community center classes and stuff.
Right.
I did culinary in high school, which ended up I had a program where I got my Surf Safe certification. If you guys don't know what Surf Safe is,
You need that to cook.
well, not only that, it's a food handlers, you
Exactly.
get managers, bartender, basically a certification.
So you don't kill nobody.
That way you get approved and you're allowed to work. Because obviously, if you don't have those, you can't get a job in any restaurant or any food service or hospitality establishment.
Exactly. Well, not necessarily that you can't get a job, but you're going to have to get one eventually, especially if you want to own your own establishment. I can agree, right? Well, we can agree. But all right, so when you seen the movie, now you go home, you were in high school, you said, and then you went right to college for culinary, or how did it all work? Did you start from the bottom in the restaurant industry, though? Did you have a job as a busser or like a dishwasher?
Yes.
So let's get to that.
So the high school question, ever since I was 14, actually, even before I started high school, I heard about Johnson & Wales.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh my God, that's the college I want to go to. So I was like getting the grades, getting the scholarships, getting the stuff, finally got accepted. But what was the other question?
So that was like going to Harvard for you, more or less, right? As a kid, it was like a dream for you, like
the dream school.
Yeah,
that's like the only school I wanted to go to. Actually, I literally did not want to apply for anything else. But I had this annoying classmate growing up. I'm not gonna say her name, but she told me like, Dave, you have to apply for other schools and stuff. Like, what if you don't do this, or you have to have plan B?
Yeah, be a negative.
I'm like, oh, but you know what? I feel like I'll just still apply, because I remember. Like when you do good school, or even when you're school, they have colleges send you stuff in the mail.
Yeah. So you can apply.
Yeah, I got like a whole shoebox
full of
envelopes and packets and letters from different schools.
So you were a good student then.
I was 3.
Yeah.
I think I was like 4 point something, or
you're very smart.
Or maybe I was 3 point. I just know I had like either all A's or B's, or I'll have like a C in one semester. Oh, just basically my GPA was high. Okay, I was doing good in school.
Did you get any scholarships?
Oh yes.
Oh wow, that's awesome. I didn't get not one scholarship.
Well, let me tell you, that's because I had. There's no
you work for that,
Look
bro.
what you're doing right now.
You're
a father. You have your business. Even before doing the policies, you had your own business. So you had the education.
Yeah.
For me, because I was just like hard work, even applying to all the websites for scholarships and stuff, making sure my grades were like the finest.
Right.
Because like the one grade I could not get, like always the lowest is history. I freaking hate history.
Really? It's the opposite with me. I was bad at math and science, but history and writing.
You're the complete opposite. I'm so fucking good at math, but I'm so fucking terrible at history.
That's nuts. That's nuts. Now, all right. So now, my other question was actually, did you have any jobs starting out, like as a waiter or a busser, before you got to college and all that stuff? Because, sometimes you got to get a part-time gig and stuff like that. Or you just went straight to college and you started cooking?
No, actually, my first job was actually at 17 when I was in my junior year. I was a server at a pad thai restaurant.
I had a feeling.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was like the first job I ever had, ever. So
ever.
Even when I had my even in school when I earned my Surf Safe certificate, I was just doing busser. I was never a dishwasher or anything else.
Yeah.
So doing like taking orders, working the cashier, serving. So that was like my first job.
So you worked front of the house in the beginning?
Front of house in the beginning.
All right.
And then when I turned 18, I had my first first back of house job, and I was a prep cook
Prepping.
for a corporation in South Florida called Bole all day.
Shout outs to y'all, man.
Yeah.
And they gave you like your foot. They gave you that initial like your foot in the door.
Yes,
Type of start.
definitely.
Okay. And now, were you in New England yet, or were you still in Florida at this moment?
I was still in Florida, so I moved to New England in January 4th, 2022.
All
that
right.
was the day I
Step foot.
my grad, because I actually came in December 17, 21 when I actually saw the filming when they saw a little bit of filming of Hocus
Pocus on Federal Hill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally, so I first came here because me and my dad and his friend, because we were staying at his place in Connecticut, we just traveled here to go house hunting, and literally from there we just found a good place for me to stay.
Right.
And then like the rest is.
So you didn't do the whole dorm room thing?
No.
It's outrageous, right? The price is outrageous for to do all that.
Maybe price, but it's also good to have like a much larger space, especially with a kitchen, a full ass kitchen.
Yeah.
Even when I was filming for my videos and stuff.
So how was it? You get here completely on your own. You have no family here, right?
Actually, that was like the first year. Actually, I found out literally a year after that I had like an uncle living here in Rhode Island, and I'm like,
oh wow,
from my mom's wife. I'm like, how come I didn't know this before?
Yeah.
So now I do have an uncle here, which is great. But really, I just came here all alone. I do have family in New York, which is like 4 hours.
Yeah, it's not. It's like 3 hours.
3 hours. Yeah. But still, yeah, I just came on my own. I've had like it could be like a longer podcast where you talk about all the adult problems I have. But yeah, I was here by myself on my own. Had a good old 10K in my savings. Had like knowledge. I was able to do school, do work. I actually worked every like summer. Like
that's awesome that you didn't let those obstacles stop you. Is what I'm getting at. You were focused on what you wanted to do. You weren't gonna let, no matter because you came here alone. No matter if you had this, that, and the third going on. You had a main focus of going to Johnson and Wales, and you were gonna accomplish that. Which that's an awesome thing. Now, so you get to Johnson and Wales. Like how was it at the school? Like, was it everything that you dreamed it was gonna be, or like not really?
Well, yes and no. So originally, when I started in Miami,
right?
So it was like it was everything I dreamed. I had so much fun. I was actually commuting from my house, so I was still living with my parents, but it was only like a 30-minute drive. That's nothing. So
got you.
Doing school, I actually had more freedom than I did in high school because growing up, my mom. Well, I was living with my mom and my stepdad because my biological parents divorced. They both got remarried. So I'll spend some weekends over with my dad, and I'll spend weekends over with my mom, or I'll spend seasons or this or that. But they were kind of strict, like not letting me go out the house too much or not.
Right.
Because they are like.
So you had a little more freedom now, pretty much.
Definitely more freedom.
Did you start going out and partying and stuff like that, or it wasn't really your thing?
Well, I was really partying since junior year, so
you was getting it.
So as long as I had good grades, I could still be able to go out. But sometimes. Because there's a good story how one time I told my mom I wanted to go to a party, and when she didn't like Brickell, which I've been to Brickell before, it's not that bad, or even she didn't like the address, she didn't like the pictures going on there, but like, Mom, relax, it's just an invitation, like it's not nothing serious. But still, I've been partying since junior year. I party every once now and then, especially since I was doing, junior year is when I did my SAT, which I had to redo, make sure to get that grades, to get that scholarship, grant money, like reward,
right,
which is good. But then during senior year, I did like probably party half a semester because I was focusing on like a really hard, again, history. It was
right.
I think I took like economics.
So that was the only thing like holding you back.
Yeah,
like pretty much.
Yeah, but during like college, I was still partying enough.
In college?
Yeah, before during COVID happened.
All right. So also you went to another college out there is what you're saying before you got to Johnson and Wales, because I'm skipping kind of the story.
Yeah, it was the same. So Johnson and Wales originally had like 4 campuses.
Oh, they had one out there?
Yeah,
I never knew that.
They had one here, and then because of COVID, there was like a whole letter that they sent out.
Oh wow.
Where they were because of literally after COVID, economic wise, all these other regions they put out, they had to close the campus down.
Oh, okay, got you.
Because it was very unfortunate because I was having the time of my life, and then because I was doing a bachelor's, they didn't finish my program.
Right.
I move here. That's how I moved. That's why I moved here in the first place.
Right.
Degree, which I got it 3.7 honor.
Yo, shout outs to you, man. Shit, that's awesome. Honor roll.
Debt free.
Wow. Now one bill.
Yep. Well, no, I still had to like pay like some like school.
Books payments and stuff like that.
Well, tuition payments and all this stuff, but also I was able to do all that scholarship money and like.
Yeah. So all right. So what I want to get to through this journey, what got you into creating content? Because I feel like you kind of like skyrocketed. I don't know if I'm maybe just seeing it from where you're at, but like, how did it start? Like, what made you want to like pursue this as well as the culinary?
Well, I actually started doing content like on my Snapchat. So I was kind of a late bloomer when it came to social media. So I started because Android. No shame to anyone who has an Android phone.
Oh my God, I can't stand Android.
No, literally, because I had an Android phone when I was like 14 or 17. But like, even when I started, like, you know what, I want to start like social media and stuff because in the beginning, my mom told me that I couldn't do social media because I was gonna get raped, kidnapped, and murdered.
Oh damn! So she put the fear in you.
She put the fear in me. Yeah.
Oh, she didn't want you to blow up.
No, but so I started like in my junior year, but I couldn't do well because I was like Android. It was too crappy.
Yeah.
So I tried
the quality.
I tried to like keep up with pop culture like on the computer. Yeah, I know I had to use that in the beginning, but until I got an iPhone. It was like full on social media, like in my senior year.
Yeah.
Late, but you know, you got better late than never, I'd say. And then during Snapchat, I was like filming myself in culinary class in high school, and then like filming like what I do in the kitchen or even at my job and stuff. So I was kind of like on Snapchat, like building my like. Well, especially
this is just Snapchat beginning, right?
This is just Snapchat. Okay. This is before TikTok and IG, because before they had to all. I'm not too savvy with editing and stuff.
Yeah.
I can just do like all Instagram crop, edit, effects, voiceovers. I kind of taught myself.
Wow.
There's no Instagram.
I was gonna ask you if you had a team or something like that now, but
I'm a one man. I've been a one man band from the beginning.
That's awesome. Shout outs to you.
And I'm still evolving. Because I'm actually just learning new things to edit every day just for myself. And like for guys, if you ever want to do business or do creating or just make content your own, you don't need a high quality. Well, some people are different. I don't need this. You don't need like a high quality camera. You don't need to pay for features, like, you know, in those apps they have to pay a subscription.
You're giving them the cheat code right now. That's crazy.
I don't pay for editing ever. I do everything, the filming, I just edit or something, and it's just been so successful.
So hold on, everything just on your cell phone. That's what you're telling me in the beginning, right?
Majority, yes, I do check things on my computer and stuff, but really it's just voiceover.
So I'm gonna be honest, that's crazy. Like, you're talking to me right now, because I was one of those people when I first started out. You know, I'm like big on, if I want to do this, I gotta invest. So I bought me a camera, I bought lights, I bought microphones, and then people are like, bro, there are people with millions of followers who just use their iPhone.
Yes,
which you're pretty much one of them.
You don't need a camera or anything else. It's actually less. Microphone, I actually like got one of those microphones from the TikTok shop and
like stuff. A $20 mic, right? Like the one that you put to your phone, right? Those little black ones.
Yeah, but also my roommate actually got me like last Christmas, he got me a ring light, which was cool. Thanks so much.
Wow, shout out.
He got me like another different type of mic too, so I really appreciate that. Like the people like you. Well, even though my roommate obviously lives with me, but also the people that support you for your journey, like really.
Those are the people that you appreciate the most, right? Yeah.
Well, also there's also a saying like the people who support you the most are the ones that stab you in the back in the end. Or
in the end, because they get like envious of you or like jealous. Yeah.
Anytime, anywhere, there's always people gonna fuck you in the back or fuck you in the way. So it fucking happens. So yeah, that's just life.
Damn, that's crazy. But you know what? It is what it is. You gotta appreciate all the moments, I guess, right? The ups and the downs, pretty much.
Most of the ups.
Yeah. All right. So now, when did you notice? My whole thing is like, when did you notice? Like, yo, this is something that I'm pretty good at, and I think that I could go somewhere very far with this. Like, how did you get like that spark?
So besides already, because back in the day, before the TikTok crisis of 2020, when there was going to be closed down, and IG just launched IG Reels. So besides doing everything, because I really just film on Snapchat, make a video, and I cut it, and you know how Instagram you do posts, you just slide.
Yeah.
That's how I was. IG Reels came into play, and I'm like, oh, okay, so now I can edit better. I can upload a video. My first ever IG recipe reel I ever did was when I made macarons. For those of you who don't know, macarons are not macaroons. This is like I even have like a video I made about this. Yeah. Macarons are French sandwich pastries. Macaroons are the coconut clusters cookies. I hate when people say macaroon instead of macaron. It's macaron, please, guys, get it right. So I made that. It's one of the hardest hardest pastries ever to make, and I aced it. And so I did a video. Then I started getting like from friends or people in the area likes, comments, like, "Oh, that's really good," and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, I can probably do it. So I did conchas, and then I did churros, and I did like other things, or I did like or even any recipe I can think of. Like,
what was your viral moment is what I'm saying? Because I just interviewed Joselito the Puppet, and he told me, like, he woke up one day, he had, like, 50,000 likes on one of his videos.
This is actually
from one day to another.
I mean, I don't know if we have time. I can give you, like, a whole story. So, fast forward. So, I was also working as a line cook at Bolé, so when I was 19. Yeah. And then from 19 to 20. So, I was actually with Bolé for 2 years. So, when I was 20, I was a line cook. I was doing videos of me back at house, doing stuff like posts on my stories. There was a chef one of the executive chefs of a restaurant reached out to me on Instagram and offered me a position.
Wow.
So I did a whole myself. Shout out. I don't know if I can say his name because he is kind of a private person, but you know you are.
Well, shout outs to him.
Shout out to you. Yeah.
So it kind of inspired you, right?
Yeah. So he actually just gave me an opportunity. He literally just found me out of nowhere and just like, boom. He just like hey, I like. You saw what I do, but like, let me offer you a good position. So I did a stage, aced it, started working. Now I will say the other guy named Chef Giorgio Rivoli, who owns.
He sounds like he's related to you. You guys got like a similar last name.
We are of Italian background, but no, he owns. If you guys are in Coral Gables, you must go to Luca Osteria and Eating House. They're like restaurants right next to each other on Giralda Avenue. And Giorgio is a 2-time shop winner, and so he has all this knowledge and stuff. He has his good and bad moments, but still he's someone who's like really well renowned in the industry.
Right.
So literally, I was just back out. So I was kind of freelancing between both restaurants. So I was always on either on garde manger, on sauté, or even helping out with the pastry, or even just like doing whatever they need. So my main job was garde manger. So basically, I was doing like salads, cold appetizers, desserts.
Right.
And I was like the best one to like slice prosciutto. We had like a whole.
So you had it down to a T.
Had it down to T, and then I wasn't on grill and saute until like later on before I left, but I was still like learning from them. So I kind of learned from everywhere. That's like a good opportunity that I had.
Got you. So you wasn't fully like line cook right now yet or anything like that.
And even though I was building my following in South Florida or building myself with my stuff, when you start posting that you work for a celebrity chef and whatnot, then the attention starts going up.
Oh, got you.
That's what I like to call my follower boom. So that's there's always like moments in my career where I have a big attention, when I have like a lot of followers happening in a season. Then it's boom. And then during that time, I met with 2 other creators, Sam Schiner, Naughty Fork, and
shout outs to them.
So Mr. Eats 305, George.
Oh, I heard of Mr. Eats.
Mr. Eats, they're both dope people. Yeah. And I actually I kind of vaguely met them. I just like saw them a little bit when they were filming a video at Luca Osteria. And so I feel like, and I looked at the pages like, wow, they're huge. And so I saw their method and how they do it, and like, I know how to do the same thing. I can do it. So originally my content in the beginning was recipe demos and restaurant like life and stuff. And if I can do like food reviews, if I can do restaurant content for behind the scenes, I want to start doing that. So that's how I kind of transition to that. But I'm still doing all 4 of the things: restaurant reviews, behind the scenes content, tastings, recipe demos, or even when I'm doing culinary school vlogs. I'm still doing. I'm showcasing my life.
Got you. Now, do you have a YouTube too, or do you just do everything strictly on TikTok, Instagram?
I kind of just I do have a YouTube. I was thinking about doing vlogs, but the editing was hard, so I started I only have my YouTube just to re-upload my videos, just to reach another audience. I really just paste my Instagram and TikTok is like my main places where I edit and post, but YouTube is just like to repost. I would say there's no such thing as to get like less platforms. Use any platform you have.
Yeah, they all help.
Except for Twitter. I knew even when I started, like I told you.
I don't use Twitter at all.
No, let me tell you why. Because like during the time when Avengers, like Infinity War, Endgame, like when those 2 movies were popular, a lot of people were giving spoilers. Like I even had like people that I knew and like some friends, like they deleted their Twitters just to avoid that. So, if you want to have Twitter, that's fine. But I chose not to. Instagram is better.
So you like Instagram over TikTok?
I'm gonna besides having way more followers on Instagram, TikTok. Sometimes because I know on TikTok I have like 8K, 8.7K.
It's like harder to build followers on TikTok. I feel I don't know what it is.
Easy. It's kind of hard because sometimes I get more views on my TikTok than my Instagram
but you don't have the followers, on TikTok.
I got so stubborn because really I blew up more on Instagram than
TikTok.
But it just happens, and combined I have like 61,000.
That's insane, yo! Shout out to you. Now
it's still a good number. At least if I'm getting like people watching my stuff, that's fine.
Yeah.
So and then even when I moved, now with the other question you said, like my big moment here,
the viral moment, moment.
When I was doing content like from school and video, like restaurants and stuff, or even doing. When I just put my foot out there, going to restaurants, saying, "Hey, can I do a video for you, or would you like me to help you out with marketing?" I've been doing some private stuff.
Right.
I first did my first video, which I'm partnered with them now. Shout out to PVD Food Trucks. Eric.
Oh, shout out to PVD. Oh, Eric. I can never pronounce his last name. Wiener. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was definitely. So I really did not meet him yet. I just went to the first event.
I think I seen that where you tried different trucks' food, right?
Yeah. So I was going there. I'm like, okay, like I'll try. I just tried a bunch of food.
I put it all together.
I told him I was gonna do a video for you guys. This is like before I knew him, before I knew the company. So I just want to like do that for you. I just added them as a collaborator, and so in just like a matter of like a day or something, that video was skyrocketed because I was showcasing a lot of different foods of cultures and it just skyrocketed. And then Eric reached out to me. He wanted to work with me, do more video. He invited me to some events.
Wow.
We worked on content together. We actually have some content planned coming soon, so stay tuned for that. But ever since that, that was like my other follower boom here. So this was like summer of 2022. That was just when I started just skyrocketed immensely because of that moment.
Man, this is crazy. So, well, we agree, like, staying consistent plays a major part. You got to stay consistent. You can't, like, expect it to happen in two days, even a week, a month. Like, it takes time.
You can't do that.
Yeah, it takes time.
Don't even try to cheat on that. So, definitely, it just took time for me. You know, so if we're talking about high school, it's talking about 2018.
Yeah.
And then building it's now 2024.
Oh, yeah, it's like 6 years. Yeah, it's almost 6 years, almost more or less. So stay consistent. We're going to take a brief intermission and we'll be right back. We took a brief intermission real quick. And now I want to get into more or less like the whole, your chef side of things. And what do you enjoy cooking the most? Like Italian food, Mexican food? What do you enjoy? Like, what's your expertise, I would say?
I would say my expertise is Italian and Latin. So, you know, being half Sicilian, half Dominican and stuff. So, like, Italian-wise, fresh pasta, pizza dough from scratch, or even, like, majority of pastas, or even my last recipe I posted was Italian braciole, which is, like, rolled stuffed veal.
Nice.
And then like on my Dominican side, I know my mom sancocho, quipe.
Oh, you know the call? Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't want to still master the sofrito. There's like easier ways to do it, but my mom has like a really good.
How about breakfast? You go with the mango and stuff like that?
Mango con los tres golpes, señor.
Yeah, tres golpes.
For those who don't know, it's mashed plantains with pickled red onions and fried cheese with fried Dominican salami.
That's a fact. That's actually one of my favorite dishes. When it comes to breakfast, I love eating that. I eat that every day. Yeah. Now, what was like? I want to say. So, are you cooking now at a place? Are you working right now as a chef still, or are you just doing content full time?
No, I'm mostly doing both. So, I currently work at a VO in Cranston.
All right, shout out to them.
And also, I'm now starting as a cook at the Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass.
So when do you start there? You already started, or?
I just started. So I'm actually, my first day is actually going to be tomorrow. So I'm excited.
Nice. To know shout outs to
what
you.
Position I am or what I'm going to be doing. So I'm excited for that. But at VO, I've done pantry, grill, and I'm now full time on pizza. I feel like the pizza station is like where I'm most confident. I'll say this past week
I love pizza.
I would say this past week I've been kind of backtracking on the station. So I mean, obviously you're not ever gonna be perfect. I mean, as much as I want to be perfect, you just can't be perfect.
Sometimes you forget a lot of things, right? Because even me, when I was cooking and stuff like that, I would tend to forget a lot. Right,
you have your moments when you just
you're blank.
You don't have you have like a bad service. So it's good to just get back on that streak of doing good. You're never gonna have a good service every time. We just like normal.
Yeah. Now, do you watch any cooking shows? Are you big on that, like Hell's Kitchen, stuff like that? Or you're not really into all that?
Oh yeah, Hell's Kitchen is like my favorite. I'm glad you said that. I've been watching that since I was 12.
Wow. Do you ever plan on being on one of those?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I actually applied. I did a whole video submission. I did the whole application. It's been like months ago. I don't know if they called me yet, but I'll be ready on that show.
You never know.
I will always try to. I'm not gonna say, I'm gonna win it, because you never know.
I'll
just do my best and go as far as I can. That's like the perfect way to do it.
That's awesome. I like that. You're very humble when it comes to that. Some people are like, I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna kill everybody there.
And also, I want to be on Next Level Chef.
Oh, shout outs to them. Yeah, that's a dope show.
I can be on that show, but I feel like if I want to be at Hell's Kitchen or Next Level, I want to be at Hell's Kitchen. That's like where the good pros, because in Next Level Chef there's pros, home cooks, social media chefs, like which I kind of fall in that category, but I want to be on Hell's Kitchen. That's like my main priority. But I do watch the show because I'm just watching. I'm learning from people. I'm watching how they do stuff. And also, I've seen a little bit of Chop, but I don't really watch anymore.
I used to like Chop, but I kind of don't watch anymore either. I'm big into Bar Rescue. I like Bar Rescue a lot. He's dope.
That's good. Well, it's funny because it's also shout out to Ashley. Ashley Clark. You're my favorite.
Shout outs to her.
But also, I like to learn. Because in the beginning, Food Network was like educational. Now it's just competition. Like, sometimes I can't really keep up with the competition wise, but I'm watching. I'm learning how people can make something out of pork or use a certain like ingredient like saffron. Or I'm just learning. But there's also another favorite show, Worst Cooks of America.
Oh, that one's funny too.
That's just a comedy. That's just a comedy thing they have on there. But you also educate yourself. So I'm learning things when they do the demos and stuff. So I just take a laugh from other people. I know you shouldn't be laughing, but the jokes that they have or the funny things they have is so hilarious.
And they could be really harsh. They don't give a fuck sometimes. Like they tell you like it is, and that's
but
it.
They're trying to learn. They're trying to teach.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You need that criticism sometimes.
Yeah, but I just like to learn from that show.
Right.
Just like watching anything I see on YouTube, like Nick DiGiovanni, Mythical Kitchen, Rosanna Penzino, or any kind of cooking related, or Epicurious, Delish, BuzzFeed Tasty. Oh, that was a big favorite since sophomore high.
Not to cut you off. Like, let's say you had to make 3 dishes on one of those shows. What would you start with as your appetizer? What would be your main course, and what would be your final dessert?
That's actually a good question. So. If I was
Get an exclusive here on the JMACK Experience podcast.
If I was gonna do like an appetizer, I would do like an aguachile. It's like a shrimp aguachile. I'll definitely for like a salad. I'll do like a panzanella, which is so easy. Really, for those who know, panzanella is a tomato bread salad. So it's like
it's really good.
Like Roma tomatoes or like Roma cherry tomatoes with balsamic, oil, a little bit of like apple cider vinegar, or even some lime juice, like whatever kind of acid you have.
Right.
And with balsamic, but you have to have balsamic, or even like with a balsamic glaze, you just kind of crush it all up with some basil, with some breadcrumbs, and season your breadcrumbs to get this layer of flavor.
Right. See, you just heard some keys right now. You gotta listen.
For my entree, I have a signature like Cajun red snapper carbonara, or even red snapper.
So you're big into seafood.
I've used salmon, I've used sea bass, branzino. I've done like anything, because carbonara is like my favorite pasta ever. I even have a special technique for how to make carbonara, not like the traditional way.
Wow.
And also just any kind of protein. I'll have any kind of proteins. Will it be Cajun, Indian, or even put some Latin spice to it? I gotta have like some kind of main. I feel like carbonara is good for seafood.
Right.
That's how like I see it. You could probably use meat or chicken stuff, but definitely I feel like seafood is like the best way for the carbonara. That's just how I do it. If you want to show me or prove me wrong, you can just send me any
give them some feedback. Where can they do that? Where can they email you, and where can they?
All chefs are different. I don't mind if you send me an IG DM. I answer all the DMs, or I just see.
Yeah, you definitely do.
If I don't answer you, you're either an asshole or you just want to harass me. So I'm not even gonna waste my time talking to you.
You get blocked.
Well, no, because something I'll be like, okay, I will answer. I'll be like, yo, what's your deal? What's your problem? What are you on about? And other people, I'll be like, oh, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
But sometimes when it comes to haters, I'll just tire them out.
You let them watch, right?
I'll let them watch, but be like, if they're gonna go, and sometimes people be like 1-2 posts, they'll be comment. But if you're gonna comment every single time,
it gets annoying, right? I'm glad we spoke about this.
I'm like, I'll give them a path. Okay, let's see how far they're gonna go. But they're gonna keep on going on and on and on and on.
It's a wrap.
You know what? Let me just end it right now.
You reached the limit. Yeah, damn.
Because I like to fight. I enjoy like fighting.
You go back and forth. I've seen you a few times. Now, actually, speaking of that, I seen you did a review for a place. I'm not gonna mention where, but this was one of my questions that I really wanted to know, because I've seen it a lot with a lot of content creators. You go on the place, and then I guess they felt some type of way. You were someone else, and they didn't want you to film there. Like, has that happened to you often? And how do you feel when that happens to you?
It's only happened to me one time. If you know, you know. We're not going to say that.
Yeah, we're not going to say anything specific.
But no, I literally just come in as a regular customer. This place was different because they literally have like a cashier, like a stand where you have to go up and take your order.
Yeah.
I literally just sit down as a regular customer. I sit down, menu, order. I'll just do a panorama of like the lobby area, my food, eating. That's it. I don't tell people who I am. I don't tell them stuff. I just eat like a regular guest.
Yeah. Got you.
And like, there have been times where people have recognized me, either server, manager, owner, like, oh, thank you so much. And they'll actually offer me something for appreciating it. Like, oh,
right.
And so I return the favor by posting it and sharing extra for what I do for my videos.
Yeah.
They don't know if I'm going to be doing a review, or they don't know if I'm just going to be enjoying it as normal. You never know. But.
Or you might give them a bad review and they don't even know it. You know, like you might give them an honest review, like, oh, I didn't really like it or whatever.
Let me tell you something. When it comes to bad reviews, so this is like I actually did a whole video about this. In my younger days as a creator, I did do bad reviews of like places in Miami or stuff. But then I learned as a creator that it's good to just talk to the owner or just talk to someone, because it's all about business. Because I've had situations where I do give critiques or I have done bad reviews, and then
they take it the wrong way, right?
And they told me like a reason or something or even when there's like something that I don't know about as a guest, but somebody who knows in the industry, like, okay, you feel for them.
Yeah.
So there's an issue.
Or maybe they had a bad day.
Yeah, I'll send you the video. There's like a better explanation and an example of how that helped somebody out.
Yeah, yeah.
I just told them what happened or tell them how I felt, and they were able to fix it.
Oh, so you keep that private. I respect that.
But like, I also grade on like presentation and taste, because obviously, and also I'm gonna grade how it is. Like, if I'm gonna go to a food truck, I'm not gonna grade it like a Michelin star restaurant. I'm gonna grade it how you get it from a food truck. How does it look?
Yeah, it's quick, in and out. Yeah.
If you get like in my range, I do like 1 to 10 and stuff. But if you get like a 6 or below, I'm not talking about you. I'm not showing about you.
Oh, you don't even post it.
No, the 7 is like the low. The 7 is the lowest score I can give to somebody.
Got you. All right, so now, but my thing is like, when they find out who you are, like, what is the reaction after that? Like, because they're like, damn, I kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't really expect a reaction.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't. Well, first of all, I'm not gonna post like, oh, do you know who I am? They don't know.
Yeah.
Find out who I am, because this is only happened one time. Anything else, like, it was normal. But like, oh, like, if he knows who I am, like, okay, whatever. I don't care if you know who I am. You know, I'm humble like that. So like,
what was some of the best experiences you had doing this? Like, especially in Rhode Island. Like, give me like maybe 2 or 3 places that you really enjoyed.
Okay, I'm gonna say for number 1, the best experience I ever had in the collaboration when I went to the Preserve at the Preserve Resort in Richmond.
Yep.
The restaurant is called, the whole resort is called Preserve.
Right.
The restaurant is called Double Barrel Steak. The first thing that I noticed when I come in, they put my name on a Gigatron. They had like a Gigatron. And like, oh my god! So I literally parked to take a picture of that. And I met with the manager, some of the staff.
So they were souped that you were there. They couldn't believe it.
They really, truly appreciated me.
Yeah, that's dope.
And then not only did I enjoy the food, but we also had very good, like, kind of the conversation we're having. We had like good, deep conversations about my life, what I've been through. They really wanted to know more.
They got to know you as a person. Yeah.
Definitely. And not only did we have great food, everyone had a great vibe. I love you guys if you're watching.
Shout outs to them.
But yeah, they just like, I'd never been greeted that big before. I never had like such a good experience, especially with people who really understand me for who I am.
Yeah.
And then when the video came out, I think because it kind of blow up on both platforms, and I think in total it has 90, from TikTok and Instagram, it has over 90,000 views.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a big thing. Like, not for them, for someone that has a business and then a person like you comes through and does that for them, like, that's major. You know, that could really make or break your business. Not for nothing.
Yeah, but also other experiences I've had. Probably when I went to Frank Pepe's in Napolitana.
Oh, Frank Pepe's,
yeah. That's work, because they're actually like based in like Connecticut, but they have like other across
branches,
other branches on like New England and whatnot. But the whole experience, but not besides the people were good, but I actually like watched behind the scenes of how they.
Oh, you went to the kitchen? You went to the
kitchen, just enjoying the food. And so it was like a really good eye opening, especially learning a beat. It's actually not pizza or pizza pies. They call them a beatses.
Oh, snap! That's nice.
Yeah, and then another, besides, like, I can like talk about another one that's food related, and then I'm going to talk about another one that's unfood related. So I know, that's a good question. So God, there's so many. I know, because I've done.
Give us an unfood related one.
Okay, so probably when I jumped out of actually, because I did pay for my first one, but then they gave me a free session later on. When I did skydiving, I literally jumped out of.
Oh, damn! I want to do that. How was that? It was fun.
That was on my bucket list. I love that so much. Oh, it was a freaking blast. And
where'd you go to do that? You want to shout them out?
Newport Skydive. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, shout outs to y'all. And it was worth it, you think?
Hell yeah. It was such a thrown experience.
Yeah.
But then also I did a thing 2 months ago. I did a escape room in Dedham, Massachusetts. Now that was, I invited me and some other friends. We had such a blast.
Yeah, good time.
Room. And another one where I did like a mobile hibachi company.
Yeah.
I went to my friend's house and did like a whole hibachi session for us in the
backyard. Wow, that's fire. So they came to you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
awesome.
awesome.
If you collab with me, you're still awesome. I loved learning from you. Thank you for allowing me to be behind the scenes. So I feel like every collaboration I do is memorable with people, because I know in the back of my head there's like I know the recent collaboration I just posted. Well, that's the song I just posted today when I went to Viva Mexico Cantina and Grill in downtown.
Oh, I like that one. That's a good one. Yeah, that's the one in downtown, right?
Yeah, and then also I did another one last week where I went to Mambo Sushi. So good Peruvian, Japanese like sushi fusion.
Oh, nice.
But like anything, I'm trying to think of, like, because I don't want to leave anybody out, because I know I've done some amazing one. I think a good collaboration when I was a host. It was me and my friend Camila. Shout out to you.
Shout out to Camila. Yeah, she's big out here.
We were hosting the Motive Food Truck Awards.
And how was that? You had a good time?
That was fun. There was everything just like presenting awards or make sure everyone gets their accolades or make sure everyone feels appreciated for the work that they've done. It's just
yeah. That's awesome. Now, do you have a plan on opening your own restaurant or establishment?
I do have like a plan in motion. I have a business plan. I really had to focus on because I actually noticed some area. Well, right now I do not have the financial capacity to start a restaurant right now, but definitely I know places that are probably either on sale or first I have to do my research. It's just one thing, something I learned in school. Shout out to Chef Ray McHugh. He's a good
shout outs to him,
professor. So like learning how to get your permits, knowing what's your zone,
everything. It's a process.
Do they have like pipe? Do you have to drill in some pipes? Do you have to make sure to have a gas line? You got to make sure you have
the do's and don'ts.
Yeah, your do's and don'ts. Make sure like what you need to know. How much you have to. I did a whole project where I did like 2 all-nighters on where I had to like focus on like what kind of equipment I need to get.
Yeah.
How many tables, chairs, like what, like $100 for a chair?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you have to make sure, know your suppliers, know what equipment, know who you're working with, make sure you're working with a reputable supplier, make sure you're working with a contractor. Because one wrong move and everything can go to waste. So it's always
that's word.
Very proud. And
I know from experience. Trust me. We're not even gonna go there right now. I'm a full-time podcaster, content creator. I'm taking that
awesome one.
No, I appreciate you, man. One. It's it's an honor. Now what's next for Chef Ravioli, man? We're gonna be wrapping it up soon, but it's so many things we could talk about. What's next for Chef Rivoli? My bad, Rivoli.
Ever since the 3rd grade, like,
it never fails. I had to do it once.
No, right now, besides working at Gillette and keep on hustling at VO,
Got you.
First of all, I just want to do an awesome, good job. I'm not going to do my perfect, not do my best. I'm just doing an awesome job. I just want to keep moving, keep on going, just keep on learning from my mistakes.
That's awesome.
I have a problem with listening because one thing I'm being told one thing and then I end up hearing another and then I'm just like.
And like everyone has a different perspective, right? It's like confusing at times.
Yeah, but also you just gotta kind of work with it. You just keep on moving and stuff. But definitely keep on hustling. I want to do more collabs with people. If you're interested, you want to work with me. Let's make some magic happen.
Where can they follow you or email you if they want to do that?
Definitely reach out to me either on TikTok or Instagram. Same handle at Chef David Rivoli.
Yeah. Make sure you hit them up. And do you have an email? Do you respond to emails or not really?
I don't really respond to emails.
It's like 1995 shit, huh?
I'd rather just focus on messages.
You like direct.
Emails are just like too personal because they can like.
It's too much, yeah.
But if I know a company that reaches out to me on IG or TikTok alone and they want my email, I'll give it to them. We'll work through that. And we'll just make magic happen. I will say any other fun moments I had. I mean, besides being invited to events, like I went to in January, I was invited to Sugar Factory in Boston. The
Sugar Factory is one of my favorite spots. They got good drinks.
Yeah, they actually amazing candy margaritas. But they actually came because I first went to Sugar Factory in Miami.
Yeah,
and in Boston it was fun. And like any other fun moments I've had. Well, besides I think trying Cecilia's deep dish pizza.
Cecilia's got some good pizza, yeah.
Or even doing like a whole, I think which was the fine, or even like the Mona Lisa Lounge in Federal Hill. That was amazing.
Oh, yep.
Or like I can talk about every single collab I've ever done because I feel like they're all memorable in some case. Where I'm enjoying good food, I'm learning about the business, or I'm even giving my own critiques.
Right.
I'll be like, okay, maybe we can present this a certain way, or maybe we can change it, or myself. I just give my opinion. I'm giving my insight because I want to help people out.
Exactly.
There's like the amount of, or even when this is gonna be summer 22 when I did my collaboration with Clam Shack and Warren. That was like my good first moment to me to understand New England culture, trying New England clam cakes for the first time, or even knowing how to do like OG chowder, or even just doing the Clam Shack is like where my opinion is the best lobster rolls. I just want to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give them that. Now, can we agree that all the experiences that you went through got you to where you are today? Like, did they get you to where you are today? All the experiences that you've been through.
Yes, every single one. So if we're talking about growing up, so I know like if you're gonna get an apartment, do like a year lease. Don't do month-to-month leases because then they want to do more renovations. They want to kick me and the rest out. So I had to get like another apartment. Even suffering harassment either in school or online. You're like, I gotta deal with that, and I can't really like lose my shit too often. That's why I do.
Exactly.
Another good collab, Rage Therapy at Smash and Splash in Warwick.
Oh yeah, I
Use my
seen you
promo
breaking
code.
a few things. How did that feel when you did that? Like, do you get a relief from it really, or is it just the hype?
It was a good relief.
Yeah, I gotta try that out.
Yeah, it's good.
Try it
I
out.
got a promo code, so if you want to go,
I bet I'm gonna take you up. Maybe we could go check it out.
Definitely.
We'll do another review or something.
And then like any other struggles, I think just work wise. Even when
Work-wise,
I was
right?
balancing work and school, have a set moment or have a set schedule out, because I'm always either like today I was doing some training, and then I went to the PVD Food Trucks event early, and then I'm doing the
Yeah.
podcast, and I got to be prepared to wake up at like 4:00 in the morning to drive.
Wow.
Because I had to do the morning shift.
Oh, not to cut you off. How many videos do you do a week?
Okay, so I try to do 4. Like I want to do my limit of 5. Try at least 5 per week. That's
Yeah.
like the maximum, because
Wow, so
I
you're
want-
always working and posting. That's crazy.
I always want to do one video, because we all know not to try to post not twice a day, because you don't want to mess with the algorithm.
It's too much,
You
right?
don't wanna, you want to make sure all the videos get up to the best, but also I feel like Fridays and Sundays are my slowest days sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to post every day, because either when I'm shadow banned, because it's happened before, I'll do like 10K, 20K, 15K, 30K, and then also 8K, 7K.
Oh, it starts slowing down because you're putting too much.
I don't know why, because like I've tried to find out why the hell it just does that, but I always get like a break.
Yeah.
Make sure give me some time just to relax, and also give time to the algorithm to like kind of reset. At least that's what I know.
See, I've been watching videos on this. Not to cut you off. I mean, like people been saying like don't post too much. Like because I was posting like 2-3 times a day, and they're like that's too much. You should post like 1 a day or 1 a week or.
Once a
And
day.
now I'm trying to figure it out. You know what I mean?
I do. What's it? Because I'll post one reel. I'll do a reel and then a post, like an actual
Ah.
like picture, video, or something. A reel. I just do it. Try to do it once a day.
Gotcha.
Other days I'll do a post, but definitely just once a day, or try to do 5, or even try not to do the lowest day. And
Don't
also,
oversaturate
but
it.
you can also check your settings, and you see like how like once you're like I try like normally on Mondays through Fridays I do like try to do like 5:30 p.m. because I know my highest times are 6 to 8, so I try to post. I actually learned this from another collaborator. Shout out to you. You just post like a half hour early.
Gotcha.
That way you can like
Capitalize on everyone.
capitalize on it. But also you can like, okay, when people come and see it, they can like go early on that.
Wow.
Your most active times are like the best times and stuff. And sometimes, and also like on Saturdays and on Saturdays, I'll do it like at 12 p.m. or something. So,
Early.
but I have like a personal rule, because I try to avoid like, even though I am full time on content
Yeah.
and work, I don't want to post or do anything during work.
Oh.
So before anything happens, so let's say a video I start at 4:00, right? I'll post something at 3:00, and then make sure I have all my stuff get ready before I leave. That way, make sure I have my stuff posted. I work on time, and then after I'm done with everything, then I'll repost on my story.
And then you'll like look at people's comments and probably engage, and you do all that, right? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, this is good to engage. Now, before we continue with everything, we're about to sign off soon, but I want to get into album of the week.
Album of the week on the JMACK Experience Podcast.
Is We Still Don't Trust You by Future and Metro Boomin. Have you heard it yet?
No, I have not.
Yeah. Are you into hip? What kind of music do you like?
I like any kind of music. I don't think there's a music that really gets me out. I'll listen to like emo, I'll listen to pop, or I'll listen to country, I'll listen to.
So you like a little bit of
I
everything.
think Disney is kind of a guilty pleasure. I'll leave it just, especially. Have you seen the movie Wish?
I seen Wish.
So you know, like I Make This Wish and Knowing What I Know. Those are like the two songs that really get you pumped. These are like the emotional and gets you like fired up and pumping. So that's what I really like.
That's fine. Now we'll get into movie of the week.
Movie of the week on the JMACK Experience Podcast.
We're gonna give it to Abigail this week. Make sure you check it out. You into horror films?
Hell yeah.
This one looks pretty good.
But like it's funny because originally I didn't want to watch horror it's not even that scary. I mean, even last October, like during the SAG-AFTRA strikes, when there was like all the shows.
Yeah.
I actually spent that time from September, October to watch horror films that I've never seen before, like the iconic ones, like Jeepers Creepers.
What about It? You seen It? Jason, Freddy Krueger, Chucky.
No, so Chucky. Like I already saw that movie like years back. But
the new It's good.
The Friday the 13th is something I have not seen before, and I saw it.
Yeah.
And then Nightmare on Elm Street, I saw that during my.
You gotta watch all of them. You can't just watch one. You gotta watch all of them.
I'm watching other things right now, especially since the strikes are over.
Okay.
I got shows to catch up on, so yeah.
What are you watching right now? What's one of your favorite shows?
Oh, I love anything like all CBS drama. So FBI Most Wanted, FBI International. I've seen them all.
So you like all the crime shows?
Yes, and there's also Chicago PD and Chicago Fire. Fuck Chicago Med. That show sucks. And we got SWAT. Oh, I got some good SWAT. And just like good, and then I'm also watching Law and Order.
Law and Order is good.
Law and Order SVU, and Law and Order Organized Crime.
Fire. Now, any advice out there for those who may be experiencing the same situations that you went through or are currently going through?
You're not alone.
Wow, I like that one.
You're not.
You kept it straight to the point.
There's other people. Think about like if you think your life is bad, there's always someone that's suffering worse.
I like that.
And if you know what, if someone's gonna give you a hard time, try to get as much evidence as you can. Take some screenshots, save it. Make sure you
keep it on the files for the back burner.
One thing, because there's always two sides of a story.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna say something about you, or someone's gonna do something about you. When you have your evidence, you got yourself backed up.
Wow.
You also have your stuff. So like.
So always know your next move. That's one of my best friends always says.
I'm like proactive as fuck. I've had either people say stuff about me or people just do something to me, and if I have it recorded or have it like copied down, I'm like, okay, guess what? I got this.
Yeah, you have it on black. Now, any last words or special shout outs that you would like to mention?
Everyone that I've met that's cool with me right now, or all the businesses I have. They're only ones. I don't like to do favorites. I mean, besides saying shout out, I can shout out all my favorite restaurants, or even like my guilty pleasure, or even when well,
what about like collaborators that you collab with? You have anybody that you're collaborating with at the moment?
I'm not collaborating with anybody right now.
So you're solo right now for this season?
I will be collaborating with people in the future, but right now I don't have a set stone in action. Besides the people that I've already collaborated with, if you work with me on a video, if you stay by my side, if you still support what I do, and if you just love what I do, and we all have good times, every single one of you is awesome.
That's what's up.
If you like me at one point but don't like me anymore, hey, I'm glad I've entertained you. I'm glad I gave you a good life at that point. And then if you just don't like me in general, then just move on.
There's no hard feelings, huh?
Yeah, if you just don't like me or don't want anything to do with me, just like, that's fine. You know, I don't gotta like you either, but don't try to stab me in the back or don't try to mess me up, you know?
Yeah, I'll bring you down bring you down.
In life, people were just gonna bring you all the way down and see how far the way you're gonna go up.
Up and down. I like that.
Up and down.
That's a good advice.
That's a life is. So yeah, if you're cool with me, you're awesome. If you're not cool with me, good to know. If you're just never cool with me from the beginning, get out of here. Don't try to mess with me, because you will. People tell me that I'm the best person they ever meet.
Or the worst, right?
You're the worst person they ever met. I'm the best person. You can't appease everybody.
Yeah, you can't make everybody happy.
You just can't. No matter what you do, no matter how much good you do, you'll never.
Like they always say, you're gonna hate me or love me, right? They always say,
hate me or love me, but guys don't trust me. I am trying to. Even as a Cancer, I come out and I can just be positive, friendly, have good, be the person. And then when I come home, if I'm dealing with something, I'm like.
Yeah.
So just try to, because first of all, even when you meet first impressions are everything. So even when you want to meet with somebody, or even when you do business or stuff, you always want to be the best you can be and be just positive out there. And then if you have problem, take it back home. Just take it back home. Don't.
That's a fact.
We're all human,
and we're adults,
and we have our moments, and we have our sadistic thoughts. Keep that to yourself.
Yeah. Hey, where can they follow you at once again, man?
Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. I mean, Snapchat is really just for friends and family, but check me out. But Chef David Rivoli, that's what it is. Chef David Rivoli. You can find me anywhere. Hey, man, it's an honor once again. Thank you so much for coming through on episode 28, and we're signing out. We out. Peace out. Thanks for coming on the JMACK Experience Podcast. Be sure to come on for another episode every single week. Until next time, peace. This is Chef David Rivoli. Catch me on Instagram, TikTok, at Chef David Rivoli. Man, listen, we just shot a great episode today. If you want to get any type of artwork, tattoos, piercings done, make sure you come on down to Ruthless Inc. and hit up PBZ Killing Them, or you can hit up Cali Tats or anybody else that is here doing a wonderful job at what they do. How do you like the spot, bro? Oh, it looks dope as hell. We got cartoons, anime, all around the place. Yeah, it's fire. For my next tattoo.
Yeah, man. And also, we'll be filming a few episodes here. So make sure you hit them up. Let them know that the JMACK Experience Podcast referred you. And yeah, you already know. Come through, man. Make sure you get your new tattoo. Peace.